Hi folks, if you go to peardeck.com, you can log in and you can view your student data from the SAT practice sessions. So I'm going to hit teacher login here. And from here, I'm going to go over to session history. Once I go to session history, I'll be able to see any of the assignments that I've given to my students. So, for example, if this was a session my students were doing, you can see that I've run this session twice. Perhaps I have 2 sections of junior English. From here, I'm going to go to the teacher dashboard view. And what this is going to allow me to do is it's going to allow me to scan through and to see my students' responses. So, for example, on the question where they have the multiple choice questions, I would see my students dragging dots. I would see what they were answering. So I could just get a quick view and glimpse of how my students were doing. I also could go and look at any of their free response takeaways as well. Once I'm done looking at that data and I know my students have completed the assignment, I can go over here and I can press this end button. And if I hit the red button, that means students can go back in and they can change things and look at things. But if I know that I'm done with the lesson and I want my students to have access to those additional links, if I want my students to be able to see and review the questions that they've already gone through, I can hit yes, I'm sure. I would want to name it, and typically I use the date, and then I would name it what it is. So junior English SAT practice. And then once I press save, then I can generate takeaways. And again, what this does is this emails the students the slides, it emails them any of the links, any of the responses that they've provided. So I can hit generate takeaways, and that's going to kick an email to my students and give them even more access to this resource.